Hey everyone, and welcome to the midweek review. So let's get right into it. We can look at futures and how they are setting up for the rest of the week. So starting off here, we can look at the ES futures. The last 2 weeks, it's been holding this 8 EMA as a strong support and bounces off of it or holds that level very strongly. And today it did the exact same as it has the last 3 days. Comes down, touches it, bounce off of it. Comes down, touches it, bounce off of it, and it did the exact same thing here today. So we had this mid compression or low compression squeeze fire to the upside. So we definitely could see a continuation with the market up into this +2 ATR range. But we will see how the rest of the week plays out. The NQs had a little bit of a red day today. We do get our first dark blue bar on the histogram. Still holding that 21 EMA, still have our stacked EMA, so nothing about this one yet is losing structure and no reason for me to be looking to the short side on that one yet. And Dow actually had a nice pop today, so we had this squeeze setting up here, bounced off of this 21, and it's looking to push up to that +2 ATR region. So this one is looking solid and strong to the upside. The Russell is still a little interesting. It is closing now back up above the 21 EMA. We have this daily squeeze setting up with bullish momentum, but it really can't surpass any level around, what is this, 250. It's kind of staying right around that region. Keeps getting rejected by these candles, these long wicks up here. So this one, as of now, its structure is okay with it trading above the 21. We don't have stacked DMAs, so I'm not looking along with this one, but I'm also not really looking short until it can close back down below that 21. So kind of nothing really going on with the Russell. Um, One of the things I would like to look at is the transport. So I like to look at the transports as kind of a leading indicator of how the overall market will eventually turn. And sometimes it takes about a month for it to actually catch up to the S&Ps, but you can see that it made these all-time highs, and then it kind of just had a nice little sell-off down here, and now it's finally closing back up above those 21 EMA, maybe making a reversal here. But I'm actually looking eventually, maybe next month into September, that we could see the same thing with the spiders. We have a little sell-off because we have been pushing up to extreme high amounts this year through 2021, and I think it is due for some sort of pullback in the market. And a place I would first start by looking off at is this 21 EMA on the weekly time frame. That's the first spot I'd like to see this market pull back. It is very, very extended to this upside on a weekly chart, so I think the market is due for one of those. Not saying that'll happen, but just something to be hesitant about in the upcoming weeks. So, looking at some individual sectors that do look good though on daily time frames. XLI is looking very strong here. We're looking for this one to fire to the upside as we have some strong candles here. Thinking it'll get up to that +2 ATR on that level. We also had XLB fire a squeeze to the long side here. That one actually is looking a little extended. And then the one that fired now and is also very extended was XLF. So these were all great setups to play with that explosion to the upside on those squeezes, but now I think you need to be hesitant that they may roll over because they are pushing higher levels and that need to come down to probably the mean again before they can push higher. So a few stocks that I'm still looking at for the rest of the week. I am still looking at Apple. It has a solid setup, holding that 21 EMA very nicely. Getting a little bit of bullish momentum coming back into it, but everything about this structure is solid, so definitely a good one to watch into the next for the rest of the week. Just watch the cues, see if those ones roll over. Obviously, Apple will follow. The next one I will be looking at is American Express. We are gaining some bullish momentum. Closed below the 21 EMA yesterday, but immediately closed back above it today. So this one is also looking solid Would like to give it a little more time to have this squeeze develop, but could enter that one maybe next week. Comcast is a good one. We have our stacked DMAs, daily squeeze with some bullish momentum. A little too extended now with that +1 ATR, but if you get a pullback, this one does look solid. Honeywell, with it being in XLI, the one that's about to fire this nice squeeze to the upside, is also gaining some momentum here. So you can see it kind of came down to that 21, fell a little bit below it, bounced right off of it, and now is pushing past that 1 ATR region, and hopefully will fire to get up to the +2, maybe +3 ATR locations. And then the last one that I'll be looking at for the week is Union Pacific. It has had this squeeze push up to that +2 ATR. I'm looking for this one to have a nice fall back down to that 21 EMA, and hopefully at that time we can get some stacked DMAs and then look to go long with this one, but time will tell. So this is the midweek review. Hopefully you all get a better understanding of how the market is looking, and I hope the rest of the week goes well for all your trading.